I am Maria Garcia de Florin. St. Francis of Sales was born on August 21st, 1567, in Torrance, France, into a noble family from Savoy. His feast day is celebrated on January 24th. He is considered one of the most influential saints for his writings. For this, he was named the patron saint of journalists and writers. Francis studied at the Jesuit school in Clermont, Paris. As a young man, he realized that living in the grace of God in the environment where he lived was not easy at all. While studying at the University of Padua in Italy, St. Francis of Sales proposed several things to always remain in a state of grace. He made a detailed life plan that included every morning see what jobs, with what people or activities he was going to do, and plan how he was going to behave towards them. At noon, visit the Blessed Sacrament and do the particular examination, examining his dominant defect and seeing if he had acted with virtue contrary to it. For 19 years, his particular examination will be about bad temper, that defect so strong that was his inclination to anger. No day without meditation, even if it were for half an hour. Dedicate yourself to thinking about the favors received by the Lord, the greatness of God, the truth of the Bible, or the examples of the saints. Pray the Holy Rosary every day, not stop praying any day of his life, a promise he always fulfilled. In your dealings with others, be kind but moderate. During the day, think of the presence of God. And every night, before going to bed, examine your conscience. Think about what you have done well and what you have done wrong. Ask God for forgiveness for your faults and give thanks for the good things. And finally, pray 3 Hail Marys. This way, Francis kept his heart protected. He graduated as a doctor in law in 1591, and in 1593 he was ordained as a priest. In 1594, he was sent to Chablais, a former region of the Dutch of Savoy, to convert the Calvinists. With his writings and preachings, he managed to convert them to Catholicism. He devoted himself to preaching and to the confessional. He said, "We're like eagles when we look at the imperfections of others, and like moles when we deal with our own imperfections." In 1602, he was appointed Bishop of Geneva, and 8 years later, in 1610, together with the widow Santa Juana de Chantal, he collaborated in the foundation of the Order of the Visitation of Our Lady, dedicated to people excluded due to physical problems from entering other orders. The nuns in the order were dedicated to praying and visiting the poor and the sick. Although he himself admitted that he had a hot temper, he controlled himself, and his writings reflect great sweetness. That is why he is known as a saint of kindness. He said, "You catch more flies with a drop of honey than with a pitcher of vinegar." He also said, "Money is like a ladder. If you carry it on your shoulders, it crushes you. But if you put it at your feet, it lifts you up." He wrote a lot. Among his works stand the Introduction to the Devout Life, treats of the love of God, defense of the banner of the cross, and one of his most beloved writings was the one on our Blessed Mother Mary, in addition to numerous letters and sermons. Francis de Sales died in Lyon on December 28, 1622. His life showed with great realism that with God we always win.